Hello and welcome to this edition of Your Boy Floyd Video Games Monthly. Um, Another subscription box. I get the 3 box. I don't think there's 3. I've yet to get only 3. Um, I get uh, NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. Xbox 360 and X. Um, what else? And PlayStation Portable, PSP, otherwise known as, and that's the only like real true held game system I have. So, but I get the 3 one. It costs more per game, but they usually try to get the value in here. So I always get at least 4 games, if not more. As long as they're fun games, I don't care what the price of them is. You're never going to hear me talk about value unless they just give me 3 just really clunkers. That's why I kind of got rid of my handhelds because I do like looking for DS and 3DS. I'm trying to find a 3DS that I like. But I'm looking for Vita first. But when I go to Siege, I might end up getting 2 handhelds just to see with. But I'd rather get Dreamcast. I'm trying to close out some big hitters, some ones that I'm having trouble finding. I really want to get Seaman with the complete in box microphone and everything. I can find the disc, but it's hard to find the whole thing. And I like to find up some peripherals. I like to get the Sega Dreamcast. I like to get the 2K, which is the black one, but I want it really complete in box. And I know that's going to be a little pricey, but that's kind of, if I want to get it, that's the way I want to get it. Because I wouldn't use that. I use my white one and display that one. And then I really want some peripherals, like the fishing rod and some of this other stuff. So that's what I'm looking for. With the Sega Dreamcast. Yeah, definitely. So I have 4 games, it feels like. So let's get the card out, get it official. Nope, got 5 games. So this will be a 2-up. It also reminds you by showing what you're doing on socials. You got a chance at a free box or something free. I don't know. And also to remind you to list your games on their site so they won't duplicate. Unlike my other site, I do have my 100% have all my stuff on this one. So let's get to it. Is this 2 games? Yeah, 2 games. So I have, it looks like a complete jewel case and a replacement jewel case. And they're both replacements, which are fine. I don't mind getting a 2nd edition repro, whatever box for it to look good on my wall. But this looks like Golden Nugget. So yeah, it's good. Golden Nugget. I see the took me a while to figure out. And this is disc 1 of 2. So yeah, there's 2 discs for a casino game. Okay. Maybe it's a GTA form of casino game. Now, wouldn't that be fun? Running a casino like 1940s or 50s casino. That would be a fun game. Come out with that. There's plenty of movies along that range. They touch on it in some Grand Theft Auto, but yeah, nobody's really done that. That would be fun. You do Mafia games and stuff, so don't tell me you're afraid of doing a Mafia game. So this is PS1 Golden Nugget. It's for the PlayStation 1. So that's usually casino games, no huge games. The only time I really play casino games is when I know I'm going to go to a casino. And I don't really like to gamble, card gambling. If I would do that, I'd rather go play at somebody's house with people I know to shoot the shit with. At least I get entertainment out of it. But I do pretty well in those situations. I don't mind going to a casino and playing like some Texas Hold'em or something. But I'm not a big sit at the table, roll dice, blackjack. It's frustrating to me. Giving away my money is just not fun. Sticker for the month is Mario and a Mario Kart. I don't know. It looks like a sticker. I don't think it's a rub off like tattoo because it's not reversed. So that'll go on my sticker wall that I got it going on. I have a sticker table that's completely filled up. That's the table that my CRT sits on. Oh, okay. This is a game that I like the series. I played one or two of the early days. So this is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lone Wolf for the PlayStation. Game only, PS1. I don't know. Let me just show you down the outside. So I hope this is something new they're starting, where like if it comes in a disc holder, it's something to tell you what it is, or when they bought a lot from somewhere that those people had it that way. I don't know what their system is of buying stuff. The actual disc itself looks good. Another game I know I'll have fun playing. Love this type of game. Not another one that's not going to be huge unless it was short printed right at the end of the series. I don't remember that name. It sounds more like a name that would be on like a PSP version or a Vita. But hey, we'll try it out. So now I got 3 disc games. So no carts again. A little disappointing. Mountain bike adrenaline. Shout out to my buddy Eric. He likes to do the mountain biking. So yeah, this is on the PS2 Lite. Oh no, but it has its manual in it. Very stiff coming off, so it doesn't look like it's been playing too much. Probably one of those games so I got for Christmas or birthday for their mom or grandma out of the $5 bin, and they're like, thanks. And yeah, probably didn't get played much. But I'll try it out. I'm definitely going to send a picture of this to my buddy Eric. Funny stuff. Makes me want to giggle. But let's see if we get something a little bit more entertaining in here. A racing bike game, so this could be fun. Another title I'm not at all familiar with. Suzuki TT Superbikes on a PlayStation 2. It's not complete, but it does have that. Now, what I did notice was in this one, it's not a PS2 case. That's why I felt like it's missing. It's a PlayStation replacement case, but it should have unless somebody please tell me I'm very wrong, and that at one point they didn't have the place for the holder for the memory thing. Sorry, my eyes are itching today. Getting ready to get a lot of storms in the area. Wind's kicking up. So you see what I'm saying, like here, but this one doesn't have. But I like racing games. I like motorcycle games. Happy to put this one in my collection. Again, really not buying a lot, and of course I say that, and I'm looking at a 2-tier cake of games that I bought just in the wild this past week. I don't know if it's still going on this week or not. They had buy 2, get 1 free at your local GameStop. I do have a GameStop here that's going to be closing up 19th, I think the manager said. They haven't officially announced it yet, but the email went out. He was kind of bummed. But he's going to all their employees are going to other stores. You know, they only got a handful of employees. But it's the one that I go to quite a bit. It's here near the Walmart. Um, Not a lot of traffic. So, but he said the good thing is they're not closing down because of business. They're closing down because uh, when it was come to renew their lease, somebody else is paying twice as much and on a guaranteed 10-year lease, and they just couldn't do that. All right, okay. This is another one. Okay. Might not have it on this one or this configuration. So, but it's Battlefield 3 on the Xbox 360 limited edition. This cover looks very, very. I love Battlefield. I'm more of a Battlefield guy than I am Call of Duty. I think the newer generation Battlefield stories are so much better. Call of Duty is just to get you into the playing mode of playing the multiplayer game, which I don't like as much. I still want games with some substance that wants me to play the single player. I want you to have a storyline. I'm a story guy. Get off my lawn. Bring on the storyline. Not everybody wants to play multiplayer. Not all of us want to hear smart mouth little punks in the waiting room. Not everybody's like that. Now, there's times I will be like that. But yeah, so there's 2 discs. The first one is a limited edition. They're both limited edition. So my guess is, okay, so the disc 1 is multiplayer and co-op. Disc 2 is single player campaign. So thank you for doing that, Battlefield 3. And I hope I don't have this. If I do have it, I hope it's on PS3 because I don't go in and differentiate. If I get it in both systems, now later down the line, if I desperately need space, I'll start eliminating my duplicates across platforms. And that's going to be hard with this generation. Xbox 360, I always been a Sony guy. Ever since the first one, I had Sony Trinitron. I've talked about this before. That's it for that box. Now this box becomes a stand on one of my shelves for stuff to stand on in the back. And sometimes I mail stuff, reuse them as a mail because that's the same size as that is the box that they mail out prepackaged. But so I've always been a Sony guy. Xbox came out. I broke down at the end of that console. And I was like, everybody was loving it. I started getting in multiplayer, multi-shooters. And it already had so I had the early PlayStation 2 where I had to get the additional part on the back for the Ethernet cable. It was already built in on the Xbox. Xbox was so big. I got that. Few games and started playing multiplayer shooters on there. Fell in love with how the online and everything. 360 came out, jumped on it. Didn't get I'm not big on getting the first consoles, the first generation of the console that comes out. I like to wait a little bit, hear what the issues are, see if there's any, and then wait. I'm doing that now with Switch 2, which I'm so happy that I am. It's not that the system, I'll get into that. Let me finish my story. So I went with Xbox 360, loved it till I got later in its life, got the Red Ring of Death. I thought I was lucky and didn't get one of those, but the Red Ring of Death nobody knew about till later anyway. But man, I love that console. And I was waiting because I was going to get this is when I started having better jobs, more money. So I was going to have a second one anyway. I was going to get the Star Wars R2-D2 one. I just wasn't planning on using it, which it's a lot of money just to keep in a box. But I didn't. I used it because I had to. And I ended up, a lot of pluses came out of this generation. So the PS3 I bought because Blu-rays was the big thing, and Blu-ray players were in the thousands of dollars for decent. Well, PS3 I think was like $600, and it was the best Blu-ray player on the market. Not for the money, period. So I was like, I'll just get one with little memory, get it for Blu-ray, and play whatever games. What I can't play on Xbox, I'll play on there. So what happened was my Xbox died, and I learned how to configure and um, do put in a new hard drive. I was so proud of myself. That's when I kind of found YouTube. I was like, man, you can do anything with YouTube. Oh, look at this other stuff. And so, you know, that generation means a lot to me. So if I got to downsize either one of those, that's going to be a tough one for me. It really would be. But let me continue with my Switch 2 thoughts too, real quick, and I'll let y'all go. Switch 2. I was asked by many why wasn't I getting it when I said I wasn't. First off, no games. Mario was their push with the console. It was digital with the console. It's even digital with you buy it without. It's just the card. I don't like the whole key card thing, so I think they know that's not a good thing, and they're figuring out how to make it cheaper for companies not to go that route with games to make a profit. And I didn't understand the actual handheld. You made an OLED screen in your next generation, and then you went backwards with this one to a regular screen, just bigger, because they said OLED would cost an X amount more. And I just think it's setting up to, of course, to come out with the Switch 2 Pro OLED, super fantastic colors, and all this other stuff. It's a marketing ploy. Because I play mainly on my TV anyway. I do take it as my handheld when I go on traveling. I have some travels coming up here this month, going out of town, almost 2 weeks whole for the end of the month for 2 different conventions. So one a Siege and then a baseball card convention. So I really looking forward to that. And so that is it for these 2 boxes for this month. Next week, it'll probably be my pickups for July. I was not expecting to pick up much, and some of it was the last week of June when I told you I wasn't picking up anything. A couple of things fell in my lap that last week, and I picked up 2. So it's July, June, and then I'll have my Siege pickups as well. Maybe before I go on vacation, my long vacation. So that is it. I really like to get my buddy to Wesker Griff and just kind of sit down and just have 30 minutes chat, whatever, for what we think is going on with Disney. And because we love, not Disney, but Star Wars with Disney and Star Wars. So I think it's a big thing that's coming down the line. Some changes coming up. So I'd like to chat with him about that. So until next time, like, share, tell a friend, subscribe if you haven't. Welcome to my channel. And this is a little different than my everyday channel. I nerd out on everything. So I'm not trying to say if you like video games, you're nerdy, or if you like Star Wars, you're nerdy. We're all nerdy, just about different things. So until next time, see ya.